Every day there's a different rule. Different thing. If you get in today, it doesn't necessarily mean you're getting in tomorrow.
Right. Okay, Be'ezat Hashem, we're holding on Daf Gimel. The Gemara says on the bottom of Bet Amud Bet. Amar Be'amar Rabbi Yirmiyah. Right, Rabbi Yirmiyah said, "Kimehamtan letver yamil." He gave us the magic number. How much is samuch? Now he's going to tell us something else. Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah. Now we're going to have a whole bunch of Rabbi Yirmiyahs. Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah v'itemer b'chiyah barabah min sofach sofim amaru. Rashi min sofach kefil otiyot, the double letters, right? We have all the letters have one, but min sofach, those letters mem nun tzadi pe chaf, right? They all have double. Sofim amarum nevi'ah dorot. The nevi'im double the letters. So the simple meaning of the statement is that when Hashem gave the Torah, there was only one mem and one nun and one sadi, one pe, one chaf. Then came some Navi, Shemuel, Yirmiyahu, we don't know who, and he said, Hashem told me two mems and two chafs. Right? Min sofach, sofim amaru. The reason why I pronounce it min sofach is because the question is, it should be kam nisaf, kam nefats, right? Should be kam nefats. Why is it man sepach? As who said man sepach? You said man sepach. You said man sepach. Why should be? So the reason why they spell like this because min sofach is mashmat sofim. Min sofim. Min sofach from your nevi'im. So then min sofach, right? But yeah, you should say man sepach, right? Man sepach, and Jack's in the art scroll. That's the nikudot, I'm sure. Right? Whatever you want. It's an abbreviation. It's not one of my Shem's names. No. Have in mind. Min sofach, sofim amarum. That's hatach. Right? Min sofach, sofim, because it's a word. Right? Min sofach, sofim amarum. Right? It says the Gemara. V'tizbira, does that make sense? V'haketiv, ele ha-mitzvot. Right? At the end of Vayikra, Moshe says, ele ha-mitzvot. Asher tziva Hashem et Moshe. What's the ele for? I know it's mitzvot. Every time it says, Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe lemor. So what's ele? Ele she'en nashvi rashay lehadesh me'at davar me'ata. Ele hem mitzvotai. These are my mitzvot and nothing else. There ain't going to be. So Zot Torah lo tishtane. Right? Even a Navi comes, he says, I want to add a mitzvah, kill him. It's chayav mita. It's chayav mita. Right? Ve'od. So when the Navi came and he said, Hashem told me extra letters, we should have said, come with us. Just to take him out to the back. Ve'od. Ha'amar Rav Chisda said, Mem v'samech shebaluchot benes hayu omdim. Rav Chisda says the mem and the samech and the luchot was standing by miracle. Why? Rashi. Benes hayu omdim. Shahaita hakikata mishne evrehem. The luchot were engraved all the way through. Every other letter, right? You have an aleph. So the inside of the aleph, it's got, there's place to go. The inside of the bit, it comes in from here. The chaf, everything has somewhere to go. The mem sofit and the samech, what's holding up the middle? Hence, when you see all these letters that we have, right? So those they have a problem with.
This is not soter what we're saying that sofim amarum.
That is soter. That's the question. Hilkach she'ar otiyot yesh lahem makom devet. Ela mem v'samech hayta ba'avir. The inside of the mem, right, has to stand with a nes, right? V'davka b'stumim, and that only applies to the mem. Matzat otam.
Next to the call room.
Next to the call room upstairs. Okay. The books that they took from here. Okay. That's what they are doing. Now, Efshar hayalo letaretz. We could have answered Hach Braita de Rav Chisda b'stumim. We could have answered like this. We could have said, Rabbi Yirmiyah's statement, right? What did the Sofim say? You assume that they said the Mem Sofit. That's because you're thinking in a linear method. Maybe there always was a Mem Sofit, and the Nevi'im came and they said it's a Mem Petucha. The other way around. Was the real one. So in the Luchot, all the Mems were Sofits. You could have said that. V'chen muchach beperek haboneh b'masechet Shabbat. In Masechet Shabbat, the Gemara suggests that. Ela ha-parich le-milta de-shavi le-tarvayu. Anyway, the other question doesn't work. Because of Navi Rashay le-chadesh davar me'ata. So the Gemara answers, you're right. Mihave havu. You're right. The mem sofit always existed. There was always two mems. Velo havu yad'i. They didn't know. Hey be'imsa teva ve'hebes. Where's the article? Hey be'imsa teva. Hey be'imsa tova ve'hebes of teva. Good morning, Mr. Hanono. Hey be'imsa teva ve'hebes of teva. They didn't know which was in the middle, which was in the end. Ve'atut sofim, and the Nevi'im came. ותקנו פתוחים באמצע תיבה וסתומים בסוף תיבה. Amin sofach, they don't have? Wow, they left your high and dry.
No, because it's a question.
Okay, right. So the Nevi'im came and they said where to put him. The open one's in the middle, and the other one, the sofits, are at the end of the letter, or as we say in Yiddish, the end of mem and the end of nun.
What? The sofits are always at the end of the
that's what they were metaken. That the sofits are at the end. They made them sofits. In the beginning, they just said two mem patuach, mem satum.
And where do they put it?
Randomly.
In the middle.
We didn't know. Now the question is, so the Gemara, okay, so in the beginning, it's mashram here that there was no seder, and then they said, you know something, put him here.
But didn't they have a sit with Moshe?
Says the Gemara, sof sof ela mitzvot she'en navi atid or rashai lechadesh davar me'ata.
Why am I separating? Why am I separating this spot?
It's not a mitzvah.
What's a mitzvah?
To write a sefer Torah.
So why? But it's not a new mitzvah.
1 second. You're telling me a new way to write a sefer Torah, right?
Mm.
And you're telling me if you write it the other way, it's pasul.
But it's not called ela mitzvah.
Can I ask you a question, Moshe? Somebody showed me. The guy had a mem sofit in the middle of a letter, middle of a word. Is it 1 second? Problem. Why is it? Is it kasher or pasul? Pasul. Now, if really from Moshe Rabbeinu there was no rule, and the Navi came and he said this sefer Torah pasul, he's not mosif mitzvot.
So because he's saying that sefer Torah is kosher, it's become a mitzvah.
It's Adrabah saying it's pasul. He's adding a mitzvah. You're gonna tell the guy to beracha levatala. You're gonna make him read over parashat Zachor.
So that's called a mitzvah.
For sure.
Get on my really.
Okay, Moshe, you were doing good. Ella, so the Gemara says, Shechachum.
He's making fun of me.
Shechachum. They forgot him and they put him back. Right? So you have to say it like this. That really Moshe Rabbeinu came and he gave the Torah, they were both members. And they were in the beginning and in the end. Meaning the open in the beginning, in the middle, and the other ones were in the end. And then at some time they forgot the rule and they put it back. Now it's very difficult. Here we are, we're not the most learned generation in the world. Everybody knows where the Mem Sofit goes. How could they forget it?
They say they forgot to
Okay, that's halacha Moshe Misinai. Open up the book. Look in the Sefer Torah. So the answer is that Ahaz went around Eretz Yisrael burning the Sefer Torah.
We never even won.
There weren't too many, so maybe there was in the Kodesh Kodashim and so on. So at that point, they forgot. During the time of Ahaz, that's what's assumed. That is during the time of Ahaz. You want to know why Chizkiyahu dragged his bones through the street?
No, good reason.
Okay. Ella, says the Gemara. The Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah. It was like 40 years something. He was a long king. That's when they forgot it. That's when they forgot it. The Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah v'itay Rabbi Chia barabba. What? It's like 40 years. That was one of the sons, I forget. The Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah V'Itemer B'Chia Barabah Targum Shel Torah. The Targum of Torah Unkulus Hager Amaro Mipi Rabbi Eliezer Rabbi Yoshua. The Targum of Torah was said by Unkulus from Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua. They were his rabbis. Targum Shel Nevi'im, the Targum of Nevi'im. Yonatan ben Uziel, the student of Hillel, Amaro, he said it. Mipi Hagai Zechariah Malachi. Now, Yonatan ben Uziel never saw them, but you have to say they had a masoret of this Targum from them. Bin is the Azea Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael shook 400 parsa la 400 parsa. The whole 400 parsa of Eretz Yisrael.
What?
It all shook.
It's 400%.
That's what it says. Yatzta bat kol, a bat kol came out. The Amra, mi hu zeh shegila starai levnei adam. Who revealed my secrets to people? Amad Yonatan ben Uziel al raglo. He stood up. Ve'amar, ani hu shegiliti starecha levnei adam. I'm the ones who revealed your secrets to people. Galui v'yadua lefanecha Hashem, you know. Shelo lechvodi asiti. I didn't do it for my own honor. I needed to publish something. And not for my for the Uziel family. Ela lechvodcha asiti. I did it for your honor. So nobody could know that, only Hashem. What? We're gonna see.
Mr. Beef, what's the secret that he give him? What's
Hold on.
Oh,
We're gonna get there. What? That pirush. So that's one of the proofs that Targum Yonatan on the Torah is not Yonatan. Is this Gemara?
Huh?
So when they quote it Yuchas Yonatan.
Student or something.
Okay. Shelo yirbu machloke b'Yisrael. I did it so there shouldn't be machloke b'Yisrael. Tosfos really never calls it Yonatan. They call it Targum Yerushalmi. We have a second one that's called Yerushalmi, sometimes on the side, right? Ve'od bikesh legalot Targum shel ketubim. Where's Shalom? If Shalom was here, he could give you like a whole speech on it. Ve'od bikesh legalot Targum shel ketubim. Yonatan ben Uziel wanted to reveal the Targum of Ketubim. Yatzta bat kol ve'amra lo dayecha. Enough. Hajj. My ta'ama. We'll see. My ta'ama, what's the reason? Mishum de'it be'ketz Mashiach. Because in Ketubim, there's Pesukim and Daniel that say when Mashiach is coming. Rashi.
Daniel's in Ketubim or Nevi'im?
What?
He's
in Ketubim. He's not a Navi. We'll see also later on the page. Rashi, shelo yirbu machloke lefaresh mikraot hasitumim. There's some pesukim that are very cryptic. Excellent word. Ketz Mashiach beSefer Daniel. Tarsoli. Okay. Vetargum shel Torah. Onkulus Hager Amaro. You're telling me that the Targum of Torah was said by Onkulus. Amarav Ika bar Abin Amarav Hananel Amarav. My dichtiv says in Ezra or Nehemiah. Vayikre'u beSefer Torah Elohim. They had a fast day. They read in the Sefer Torah Elohim mefurash, and they explained it. Vesum sechel, and they put intelligence. Vayavinu b'mikra, and they understood in the mikra. So we explain. Vayikre'u beSefer Torah Elohim ze mikra. That means that they read the Chumash itself. Mefurash ze targum. They explained it by being metargem. Vesum sechel, they gave intelligence. Elu hapesukim, sof pasuks. Vayavinu b'mikra, and they gave understanding. Elu piskei ta'amim. That's the ta'amim. The Amrilan, some say Elu masorot, the Kri and the Ktiv. So you see that they had a targum in the time of Ezra. So what do we need? Unkulus to say it. You already had it from the time of Ezra. So you say shechachum v'chazru v'yisadum. They had it. It was forgotten, and he got the masoret and he brought it back. Rashi. Vayikre'u b'sefer Torah Elohim b'sefer Ezra. You see, Rashi is calling Ezra Nehemiah Ezra. Okay.
That was the original Unkulus? That was the original Targum?
Yeah. זה מקרא לשון עברי של חומש. הפסוקים היח נפסקים, פסקי הטעמים, הנגינות קרויים טעמים. The tunes are called טעמים. Now the Gemara asks.
What's Ta'amim, the actual Ta'am?
That's what טעמים is, the nigunim. מה ישנה דאורייתא?
They have to explain that. I'm sorry.
It gives explanation to the pasuk. You know how to parse the words. Yeah.
The way you pronounce the word gives a definition.
Not only how you pronounce it. It connects certain phrases and it separates other phrases. Obviously, there's also some, right, like the shalshelet. It shows that he was back and forth, he was wavering between to do it or not. What? What's that? Right. Okay. Says the Gemara, Umayishna, the Adeoraita lo is the Azah. The Adenevi'eh is the Azah. You would think that the Torah should be more sensitive. When they translate the Torah, the world should shake. It still should shake. So the Gemara says, the Oraita mifarsha milta. The Torah is self-explanatory. Meaning, if you really understand the words, you got it most of the time.
Because then Hassan ben Uzziel, that's a proof that he didn't write the Torah. Then it's not the Torah.
That in itself, but that's not what we're asking. We're asking how come the world only shook for the Nevi'im?
But who explained the Torah that we didn't?
Uncle.
See, for me, that's a proof that Ben Uzziel was only that.
Hazak Baruch, we said that.
Right? What? Only Ketubim.
Only Kamili, the Oraita mifresha milta. The Torah is explained. The Nevi'eh, but by Nevi'im, Ikamili the Mefarshan. Some things are clear. The Ikamili the Mistatman. And some things are very, very cryptic, as Biro said. The Chtiv, for example, by Yom Hahu Yigdal HaMisped B'Yerushalayim. On that day, there'll be a tremendous eulogy in Yerushalayim. Kemisped Hadad Rimon Bevik'at Megidon. So Hadad Rimon is the guy. Bekat Megidon is the place. The Amar Rav Yosef said, Ilmale Tirguma Daikra. It's not for the Targum on this pasuk. Lo Yadana Maika Amar. I wouldn't know what it's talking about. Targum is as follows. By Yoma Hahu, on that day, Yisket, it's talking on the day that Mashiach ben Yosef is killed. Right?
Killed?
By Yom Hahu, on that day, Yigda Yiske Mispeda. The Hasped will be great in Yerushalayim. Kemispeda de Ahav bar Omri. Like the Hasped of Ahav, the Katil Yate Hadad Rimon ben Tevar Yemon Beramot Gilad. Right? So Kemisped Hadad Rimon. So nobody gave a Hasped for Hadad Rimon. Yimach Shemo v'Zifro. The Hasped was for Ahav, who's also not the biggest tzaddik, right? Right? But the Hasped was Ahav, who was Melech Israel, who was killed by Hadad Rimon. So Kemisped Hadad Rimon means for the Hasped of the guy that was killed by Hadad Rimon. And where was it? In Ramot Gilad.
So what's the comparison from Yeshua ben Yosef?
Uchmispeda di Yeshaya ben Amon, bar Amon. And like the Hasped of Yoshiyahu, the Katil Yate Par'o Higra. Right? Who was killed by Par'o bebikat Megiddo. So the Misped of Hadad Rimon and the Hisped of the one killed in Bikat Megiddo. We had Yoshiyahu being killed, right? At the end of Ta'anit, right? We just had it when what's his name? When he got pierced like a sieve, Ayura Amorim Lamelech Yoshiyahu. And Yirmiyahu bent down to hear him saying, and he says, "Tzadiku Hashem kipiu maritu." He says, "Ruach penu Mashiach Hashem." Right? That what's it called? Those it's two espedi. Look in Rashi. El maleh targumad haikra shelo matzinu bechol hamikra esped laHadad Rimon bebeka Megidon. VeYonatan tirgemo leshne espedot. Hadad Rimon beramot Gilad. VeYoshiyahu bebekat Megiddo kedemefaresh בספר מלכים. וראיתי אני דניאל לבדי את המראה, והאנשים אשר היו עמי לא ראו את המראה. So Daniel, the mar'ah. Daniel saw the vision, and the people with him didn't see the vision, right? Aval harada gedola nafla alehem, but they trembled. Vayivrehu behe Haber, and they ran away.
They felt the harada, but they didn't see anything.
Exactly. Maninu anashim. So who are these people? Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah v'item Rabbi Chia bar Abba ze Chagai Zechariah Malachi. So they're not just people. They're very chashuv people. So now the Gemara comments. Inhu adif minne v'ihu adif minahi. He was greater than them. They were greater than him, and he's greater than them. Meaning each one has a ma'ala on the other. Inhu adif minne. They're greater than him. The inhu nevi v'ihu lo navi. Even though Daniel saw this vision that they didn't see, he wasn't enough. This vision was a lower level than Nivu'ah. It was like a dream type of thing.
You think culture can everyone see it?
Maybe they weren't entitled. It was a different level.
First directed to them.
What?
Wasn't directed.
That's true. Ihu adif menayu the ihu haza v'inu lo hazu. They weren't zochet to see this. Says the Gemara. Okay, so great. He's greater than them. They're greater than him. Look in Rashi. The inu nevi'eh shetnabeu li Yisrael b'shlichuto shel makom. Vehu Daniel lo nishtalach li Yisrael b'shum nevuah. He wasn't sent to the Jewish people with a nevuah. Says the Gemara. V'chi me'achar de lo hazu. If they didn't see the nevuah, my ta'ama if itu. So why they get scared? The TV was off. It's a scary movie on. You're not watching. Right? Says the Gemara. Afalgav the inu chazu, even though they inu lo hazu, they didn't see. What? Mehad lo hazu, my tamar itu. Afalgav the inu lo hazu, mazalayu chazu. The mazal. So Rashi says the mazal is the shoresh sar shel kol adam lema'al. Every person has a sar, or if you want, you can explain it's like the neshama, the shoresh of the neshama plugged in on top. It's saw down there, it just didn't come down to you, to your brain.
How would they get scared here? That's why they get.
Amaravina, Shmamina, Hayman de Mav'it. Somebody is scared. Avalgav de inhu ihu lo hazi, even though he didn't see it. Mazaleh hazi, his mazal saw it. So sometimes a person can be scared. Seems crazy. What? I have nothing to be scared of. No. Your mazal senses something. Why you should be scared. Last night, my wife told me a story. Rabbi Jacobson, he was canceled the Shabbaton. He was stuck home. You heard a crazy story. He was supposed to go on a Shabbaton. They called him up Friday afternoon. They canceled the Shabbaton. Is there food for Shabbat? Where's he going to eat? It's 3:00 in the afternoon. So they got invited out. He's home. He was upset. He said, "You canceled last minute." Friday night, he couldn't sleep. 2 a.m, he wakes up. He says he has an office upstairs in this building. That's what it means. He says he goes upstairs. He sees a kid sitting on the steps. He says, "How you doing?" I don't answer him. The guy winds up going into his apartment. He runs in the apartment. The guy has a whole thing of pills. He was about to commit suicide. He took the pills. He threw them in the garbage. He saved the kid's life. He says he couldn't sleep. He was ready to go. He's tired. He says couldn't go back to sleep. He says he felt something. He couldn't sleep. Sometimes you feel it. Hashem orchestrated that he couldn't cancel the Shabbaton, and he kept him home to save his kid's life. That's right, Jack. Yeah. So that's what the Gemara says. Right? So the Gemara says, "My takante." So what should you do? Lekri Kiryat Shema. Say Kiryat Shema. V'i ka'im b'mkom atinof. If he's in a filthy place and he can't say Shema, linshof miduchte arba garmide. Move from your place for amor. V'i lo. And if not, lei mahachi. Say as follows. Iza de betabhe shmei naminai. The goats in the butcher shop are fatter than me. Take them. That's right. Whoever you're talking to. Rashi says, Linshof Yidalek.
It's too expensive, Rabbi.
Rabbi Miller would say, moving 4 amot is like a galut. The hashta, it's a galut. Okay. The hashta, the amart, and now that you said, Medina u Medina, ve'ir va'il drasha, right? So we said Medina, ir va'ir for drasha. What's the drasha? That called ir va'ir, hasimuchal Medina, right? If it's karov afal pi she'eno nireh, samuch afal pi she'eno nireh afal pi she'eno samuch, right?
Where to get the story of Daniel?
It was just Rabbi Chia bar Abba.
So then why saw that the killing is Sheikh Yosef? Shahadi Yosef?
Yeah, no, that he saw something. Fahashta Damar Medina Medina Ve'ir Ve'ir L'drasha Mishpaha Mishpaha L'mayata. Because the beginning of that pasuk, right? The beginning of the pasuk is right. Vayamim ha'ele nizkarim v'na'asim b'chodor v'dor. Mishpaha Mishpaha. Medina Medina Ve'ir Ve'ir. So Medina Medina Ir Ve'ir. We said it today. What's the drasha for Mishpaha Mishpaha? Amar Rabbi Yossi Bar Hanina le'avi mishpechot kehuna ve'leviyah, to teach us about the families of the Kohanim and the Levim. Shemevatelim abodatam, they mevatel the avodah ubain lishmoa mikra Megillah, and they come to hear the Megillah. So that's the chidush, that even though they push off the avodah in the Beit HaMikdash to hear the Megillah. The Amar Rabbi Yehuda Amarav Kohanim ba'avodatam ulevim b'duchanam. Israel b'ma'amadam kulam mevatlim avodatam. They push off the avodah. Ubaim lishmoa mikra Megillah. Tanya nami hachi. We have a braita saying that too. Not only yishma'atav rav. Kohanim ba'avodatam v'levim b'duchanam. Israel b'ma'amadam kulam mevatlim avodatam. Ubaim lishmoa mikra Megillah.
There's no such thing as a second minyan.
What? That's the question. So look in Rashi. Israel b'ma'amadam omdim. They would stand by the korban when they were bringing it. You see that Rashi is quoting the end of the pasuk. Rashi is starting from Tishmiru lahakriv li b'moado, right? Tiknu nevi'im arishonim kavdala mishmarot al kol mishmar mishmar yama amad. Tosfot says, "Mevatlim kohanim ma'avodatam l'shmo mikra Megillah." V'kasheh, my mevatlim. V'alo achara kiri'ah yesh harbe shahut la'avodah. You read the Megillah. How long does it take? Go do the avodah after that.
Somebody else can do it.
Everybody has
Everyone
to hear the
has
Megillah. Yesh lomar. Tekivan de mishir hayom havezman avodah. Since from the morning is the time of the avodah. And they're delaying it for the kiriyah. Mishum hachi kari lebitu, we call that pitu. Ve'em tomar v'ya'asu avodatam miyad. V'harkach yikru Megillah levadam. There were 13 kohanim doing the tamid, plus the Leviim, plus the Israelim. Okay, you have a nice minyan.
You don't even need the minyan.
You have a minyan. You have 30 people.
You don't need a minyan.
Right? Yesh lomar detov lekrotem hatzibur. Mishum dahavet fei persume nisa.
Anyways, they finish their job. By the time. By 1 o'clock, they're done. They have another couple hours for the rest of the day.
Why don't we say that if you do it twice, it's more persume?
Mikan, says the Gemara, Mikan samchush bet Rabbi. From this point, right, the people that were in Rabbi's yeshiva, they relied Shemivatlim Talmud Torah Ubaim Lishma Mikra Megillah. So they were mevatil the shiur and they came to him Mikra Megillah. Kalvahomer me avodah. Kalvahomer from the avodah. Uma avodah. The avodah of the Beit HaMikdash is hamura. That the avodah in the Beit HaMikdash is chamur. Then Talmud Torah. Mevatlina mu mevatil Talmud Torah local. Sheken certainly we should mevatil Talmud Torah.
But it's a problem because the Beit HaMikdash is delayed.
So to the Talmud Torah.
You never tell.
No, they'll learn later.
No, every hour it's
I was listening. Everybody knows that you got to read the Megillah.
Okay, but you can't learn from Beit HaMikdash.
We're learning
One
that
is delayed, one's
it's the
mevatel.
same thing. They usually have a shiur early in the morning. They'll mevatel.
But the guy's saying, "Oh, how is he going to do?" That's
what do you want them to do? Not to do them? No, that's not.
No, but I'm not saying that.
Again,
I'm not saying that he shouldn't do it. I'm saying he can't learn from Beit HaMikdash.
We're learning the same thing we learned in the Beit HaMikdash. That if you have a shiur at this time, be mevatel it. Go. What's called? You'll have a shiur later.
If you learn it, if that's that shiur cannot be made up.
We're learning.
You can't learn from Beit HaMikdash.
Like stop doing your learning.
The mevatel is that you push it off the later.
Push it over, but you're not pushing the Torah. That's what
Maybe
I'm saying.
you want.
Can't learn from Beit HaMikdash.
Says the Gemara. Says the Gemara. Ve'avodah hamura mi Talmud Torah. Is avodah more strong than Talmud Torah? Ve'haketiv. We have a pasuk. Vayi biyot Yoshua biricho. It was when Yoshua was in Yericho. Vayisa'inav, he lifted his eyes. Vayar, and he saw. V'ine ish omed lenegdo. There was a man standing opposite him. Right? V'charbo shlufa biyodi had the sword out. Vayishtahu, and he bowed down. Says the Gemara. V'hechi avid hachi. How did Yoshua bow down to a man at night? Amar Rabbi Shimon Levi, asur la'adam shiten shalom la'haviro balayla. You can't say hello to your friend at night. Haishinan shem hashed, who we're afraid he's a shed.
Is your friend?
Maybe it's the shed that's looking like your friend. Rashi, vehechi keti, vehechi avid hachi. Shtechavalo dechti vayipol apanav. So the Gemara says, Shani hatam. Tosfot says, Chayshin Hashem Hashedu, Piresh Livad Davka Chutz La'ir. Heicha Deshchichi Mazikim Kegon Basadeh, Ubalayla. V'chen Haya Yoshua Tzar Al Yericho Besadeh Rachok Mimachane Yisrael. Aval B'makom Shebnei Adam Mesuyim En Lachush. V'em lo ken, Adam She'amar Lanu Balayla Ba'ir, Kitfu Ged Li'ishti, Heich Katvina, Nechu Shem Hashedu, V'lo Nichtov, Adenech Zile Babu'a de Babu'a, V'lo Ashkachan de Parich Le B'Gmara. That's only out of town. Okay. Says Gemara, Shani Hatam de Amarle, when the Malach said, Ki ani sar tzeva Hashem. Says he told him he's told him he's a Malach. If they can fake that they're your friend, maybe they can fake that they're a Malach. Gemiri, we have a tradition. The Shedim won't say Hashem's name for nothing. So once he said ani sar tzeva Hashem, he knew that he was a what's it called? He was a Malach. Amar lo.
Somebody tell him to say pasuk. Otherwise,
Amar lo, the Malach told him. Emesh bitaltem. Saying your pasuk is not levatala. Emesh bitaltem talmid shel ben arba'in. Yesterday you mevatel the talmid shel ben arba'in. Ve'achshav bitaltem talmud Torah. And now you're being mevatel talmud Torah. Rashi. Emesh bitaltem. Biteshuvah sheheshivo. From the answer that he told him atabati. We learn the beginning of the malach. So it's like you're hearing one side of the telephone conversation, you got to hear the other side of the conversation, right? Emesh kelomar keshe'eriv hayom. Yesterday, as the day was finishing, hayalachem lakriv tamid ha'erev. You should have brought the tamid shel ben ha'arbaim. Ubitaltem oto. You guys were mevatel it. V'nishtahitem b'ma'arav ha'ir. You stayed putting a siege on the city. Tulei chinam for no reason. She'enzman milchama balayla misha tichshach. Wasn't the time for war. You should have left early and go down the tamid. Tosfot says, Emesh bitaltem kashe amay betluhu bishlam tamud Torah betlu lefi shayotzerim alayir. Kol Yisrael vala kohanim amay lo hayu makrivim atamid. Yesh lomar lefi shehaaron lo haya bimkomo keda'ama beperek hadaf. Ve'akohanim nosim et haaron. So if the aron wasn't there, they couldn't bring it. Back in Rashi, ve'achshav shehu layla. Now that it's nighttime, lo haya lachem la'asuk b'Torah share enchem nilchamim balayla. Amar lo. So Yoshua told the malach, al eze mehem ba'ata. What'd you come for? Amar lo ata ba'ati. The main thing I came for is for Torah. So the bigger problem is not learning Torah. Amar lo miyad, right away. Vayalin Yehoshua balayla hu betoch ha'emek. Yoshua dwelled in the valley. What does it mean? Amar Rabbi Yochanan melamed shelan be'umka shel halacha. He dwelt in oimek halacha. He was me'ayen.
That's the confusion of the question, Rabbi?
No, that's the answer. So that
No, before that.
so now the question is, you see, the Talmud Torah is a deep form of
They
avodah.
came when the Torah didn't come when the
That's right. The Amar of Shmuel Bar Unya Gadol Talmud Torah Yotem Akravat Timidim. Talmud Torah is more powerful than Timidim. Shene'emar Atabati. Lo kasha. Had Rabim had Yachid. It depends which Talmud Torah. Over there was Talmud Torah of Rabim of Klal Yisrael. Talmud Torah of Yachid, or even of Beit Rabbi, is considered a Yachid. Rashi had Rabim Hatam Kol Yisrael. But even Beit Rabbi, 20 guys. That's Yachid. Says Gemara, Yachid Kal. Yachid is Kal. V'hatinam, we learn Nashim b'moed. The ladies on the holiday, when they're making a hisped, in the old days, the ladies had their own system of hispedim, right? That's why they don't let the halabiyah come. They get crazy, right? What do? Right? B'moed me'anot. They could be me'anot, certain way of hisped. Avalo metapechot, but no tepechot. Rabbi Yoshmael Omer, הם היו סמוכו למיטה, they near the coffin מתפחות. They can make מתפחות also. We're going to get this. בראשי חודשים, they bang on the chest. בראשי חודשים, בחנוכה ובפורים, מענות ומתפחות. They could do מענות ומתפחות. בזה ובזה. אבל לא מקוננות, ונע קוננות. ואמר רב הונא, אין מועד בפני תלמיד חכם. ותלמיד חכם, even on Chol HaMoed, which is more hamur, they could do everything. So you see, Kabot Torah is more hamur. Kol Sheken Chanukah Purim. So you see what? That it's more hamur than the holiday. What does that mean? It's more than avodah. I'm not sure. Let's see Rashi. Me'anot esped alamet. ולא מטפחות על ליבן, אבל לא מקוננות. והתה מפרש איזהו עינוי ואיזהו קינה. עינוי, שכולן עונות כאחת. When they're all saying the chant together. קינה, אחת אומרת, וכולן עונות אחריה. Yeah.
They lament.
No, so you see, it's stronger than Hanukkah. Hanukkah, Purim is stronger than Avodah. Purim is stronger than Avodah, right? And Talmud Torah is stronger than Purim. So you see, Purim, Talmud Torah is stronger than Avodah, because Purim is stronger than Avodah, and Talmud Torah is stronger than Purim, because you do it even on Talmud Kavod Talmid Chacham. Even on Purim. So the Gemara says, "Ve'amar Rabba baravuna en moed b'fnei Talmid Chacham kol sheken Chanukah Purim." Says the Gemara, Kabot. Moshe's Levaya in Israel was on Purim of Batzikor, and Matel Purim, right? Kol sheken Chanukah Purim. Kabot Torah ka'amar. You're talking about the honor of Torah. Kabot Torah diachid chamur. Talmud Torah diachid kal. There's a difference between Kabot Torah and Talmud Torah.
Why would someone go?
Talmud Torah diachid, Rashi says, bitul Talmudo, being mevatel a guy from learning kal me'avodah upurim. But Kabot Torah is more hamur. To honor the Torah, to make a hesped for the Torah.
Talmud Torah, you learn in order to do.
Right.
So, Pashut, they have a mitzvah. He's got to stop learning in order to do this. To fulfill the mitzvah.
The question is, do I have to stop learning to do the mitzvah bihidur, or can I read the Megillah later with a small minyan?
That's the question that's going on.
Amar Rava.
Straight up that the Korban is the Sibur and Talmud Torah Yahid is Yahid. That's why it's multiple. One is the Sibur, Tamid is the Sibur.
That was the Gemara's answer on the top, but now we're saying Kabot Torah Yachid. We're answering now that Kabot Torah Yachid is more chamur even than Avodah.
More than Sibur Tamid?
Yes.
Korban Tamid?
We just said that. There's a Gemara. Okay, so now we went back. We learned from Kal Vachomer from the Avodah to be Mevatel Talmud Torah di Yachid. And Yachid is if it's not Klal Yisrael. Says the Gemara, Amar Rava says, Pshit Ali, I know for sure. Avodah umikra Megillah. You have a conflict between the Avodat Beit HaMikdash and reading the Megillah. Mikra Megillah Adif. Mikra Megillah wins. How do I know? This is like the playoffs. Ready? Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Chanina. That I learned from Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Chanina said, Mishpaha, Mishpaha. Talmud Torah Mikra Megillah. Talmud Torah against Mikra Megillah. Mikra Megillah Adif. How do I know? Midisam Chusha Bet Rebbe. They made the Kal Vachomer from the Avodah. So now, Mikra Megillah just advanced to the finals, right? Talmud Torah u'met mitzvah. Talmud Torah and met mitzvah. Met mitzvah adif. Midetanya, we learned, mevatlim Talmud Torah lo tza'at tameh. Ulachnasat kala. What?
I know it's better than...
It can be delayed. What are you going to do?
We didn't get there yet. Avodah u'met mitzvah. Avodah against met mitzvah. Met mitzvah adif. How do I know? Mi v'la'achoto. The Tanya vela achoto matamud lomar. Why does it have to say vela achoto? Haresh ayaholech lishchot et pescho. Someone was going to make the korban pesach, vela mule penu, or to circumcise his son. V'shama shemet lo met yot, somebody died. Yachol yitma, amar lo yitma. He shouldn't be mitameh. Yachol, why? Someone else will bury him. Yachol keshem she'eno mitameh la'achoto, like he's not mitameh to his sister. Kach eno mitameh lemitzvah. Talmud omar ve'la'achoto. La'achoto, don't be mitameh to his sister. Avo mitameh lemet mitzvah. So now mit mitzvah also advanced to the finals.
Only le'achoto. That's someone else.
Right. Rashi says, la'achoto matamud omar. Gabe nazir ketiv. Al nefesh met lo yavo. Don't be mitameh to umet. Hare hakol b'mashma. No exceptions. Hadar ketiv batre kra yetera. La'aviv u'limo. La'achiv u'la'achoto. Right? It's all extra. So darish le b'sefri. La'aviv lo yitameh. Avo mitameh u'lemet mitzvah. Li'imo matamud lomar. Shemaya kohen v'nazir. He has two kedushot. Afal pi shekadosh bet kedushot. Li'imo lo yitameh. Mitameh lemet mitzvah. Le'achiv. Shemaya kohen gadol v'nazir. Now he's got three kedushot. Right? Le'achiv lo yitamah. Avo mitameh lemet mitzvah. The al korchach kulu lema'utem met mitzvah atu. So now, who's higher than the kohen gadol? Who's a nazir? You got somebody else to add on?
You don't need a hif.
What do I need a hif?
Kabel avicha v'temecha. Okay, I understand now.
If
For a hif
I say no, the achiv is not mitameh.
Yeah.
It's not. So what do you have to tell me? You told me don't be mitameh lemit. I don't need anything
So
else.
if you tell me I don't need aviv.
That's right. I have four rebus. Each one is coming to tell me that it's okay mitzvah. So you tell me a nazir can be mitameh to mitzvah. What do you need another one for? If he's a nazir and a kohen, and another one he's a nazir and a kohen gadol. And now what's left? Nothing, right? Im eno inyan lo, you can't make this nazir any higher than the kohen gadol. Teneu inyan lechavero, right? Teneu inyan lechavero vela'achato matamud lomar. Im eno inyan leelu, teneu inyan leinyan bitul avodah umilah. That even if you have to be mevatel the avodah. So now we have the champion of Megillah. Megillah is the champion, and mitzvah is the champion. Now we have the championship match.
All this time it's not over. That's why you should do it.
By Rava, the finals. By Rava, Mikra Megillah or mitzvah heminayu adif. Which one is better? Mikra Megillah adif mishum pirsum nisa, or Dilma mitzvah adif mishum kavod biriot. Says the Gemara. After he asked the question, he answered it. Mitzvah adif. The Amar Mor Gadol Kavor Biriot Shedoche Lo Taaseh Shebat Torah. Kavor Biriot is so great that sometimes he even pushes off a lot. Which is that? Rashi says, Ve'et alamta. Rashi, Et Lo Taaseh Dechtiv Lo Tuchal Et Alem. Dechtiv Et alamta Pa'amim Sha'atam Et Alem. Kegon Zaken Ve'eno Lefi Chevodo.
What's the alamta?
Sometimes you could avoid returning a Avedah. If he's a respected person and Avedah is not Lefi Chevodo. Gufa. If he want to pick up his own, he doesn't have to pick it up.
That's why also remove the mat with the bread and Shabbat. What the briyot? Nothing to do with that.
Something like that. Gufa, that's not Gufa. Amr Yeshua ben Levi. Yeshua ben Levi said, Krach, v'chol samuch lo, a big city, walled city, anything close to it. V'chol nereimu, and anything that's visible with it. Nidon kekrach is judged like a krach. Tana, we learned samuch afal pi she'eno nereim. If it's close, even though it's not visible. And if it's visible, even though it's not close. If it's visible, but it's not close, it's on the top of a mountain. You can see it from a million miles away. If it's close, but if not visible, what are we talking about? It's in the valley, under the cliff. So it's right there, but you can't see one from the other. The Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi krach sheyashav ulbasof ukaf nidon kekfar. A walled city that was first settled, and then they put a wall around it, doesn't have the status of a walled city. They had to have built it walled. My ta'ama.
There's no walls in the after Yeshua, no?
We're talking before Yoshua.
That's the question.
My ta'ama dichtiv. It says by Parashat Arei Miklat, v'ish ki yimkor bet moshav ir choma. If a person sells a city that was settled with a wall, shehukaf, it had a wall, ulbasof yashav and then they settled it. Velo sheyashav, and now that it was settled, ulbasof ukaf. Now Rashi says sheyashav ulbasof ukaf, shenetiyashav techila bebatim, ulbasof ukaf choma nidon kekfar leinyan bate arei choma. Rashi says this particular halacha has nothing to do with Megillah. It's talking about the laws of arei choma. Because why do you bring me a pasuk from bate arei choma, which is a din in Mechira and so on, to Megillah? It's not related. Tosfot disagrees. He said, over there, if you sell it, there's nothing. There's the laws of Batei Arei Choma. When you sell a house in the Batei Arei Choma, you have 1 year to redeem it, and then it's gone. Right? The Tosfot disagrees. He says, Nidon kikfar. Far is a term of Mikra Megillah. It's not a term of Batei Arei Choma and Arachim. Right? The Amr Bishu ben Levi, Krach she'en bo asara batlanim. A city that doesn't have 10 batlanim, Nidon Kikfar is considered a village.
Learning Torah?
No. So Rashi says, Asara batlanim. That's not what Rashi says. Rashi says, Shebetilim milachtam. They take off from work. Shiyu mitzuyim tamid bebet haKnesset. So they're constantly in the shul. How much? Shachri v'arbi, the morning and the night. Kedamrina b'masech berachot.
Batlanim from work?
Yeah, they take off work to be in shul. Kivan sheba kadosh baruch hu bebet haKnesset v'lo matzah sham asara miyad koes. So you have 10 people that took it on themselves to take off from work to be in shul on time. The batlanim, they take off from work. Yeah. The Ran.
Doesn't sound like a positive.
Yeah, it is what it is.
We have our own way of speaking. Says the Gemara, my kamash malan. What's the hadush? Taneina. Ezuhi ir gedola. Kol sheyesh ba'asara batlanim. Pachot mikan. Harezik far, it's a village. So Gemara says, Kerach it's tzarich aleh. The chidush of Shum Levi is kerach. Afal gav de mikle ele me'alma. Even though it's a big city, so what happens, right? In this big city, people come in for business. They have an hour worth of business. They came. Now they're going to pray Mincha Beat, go home. So they're in shul. You always have a minyan in the shul. But it's not the people that live there. It's the tourists. And there's always a minyan. You need to have 10 people from the town that come to shul. They call Krach enu ela makom shevakim. שנכנסים שם מכל צד, וגדול הוא יותר מעיר גדולה. תמיקלה אילה בעלמא. They come from other places, אנשים הרבה, right? ויש הרבה מהם בטלים ממלאכה, שאין עושים מלאכה אלא במקומם. אפילו הכי בעינן קבועים, דזמנין דלא משתכחים. Sometimes they won't be there. The Ran says,
it's bigger, you still have to have 10 people.
Yeah. Without a huge city that doesn't have a minyan, on our map is a small city, right? On our map, it's small.
8 guys in the morning or 7 guys in the
לאו דווקא בטלנים, אלא כל שדרים שם 10 בני אדם, שהולכים בוקר וערב לבית הכנסת, הרי הוא כאילו יש שם 10 בטלנים. והחינמי מוכח from the Gemara, אף אגב דמקללה מעלמא, ואנו דמעלמא אינם בטלים, ודווקא משום דעתו מעלמא הוא דלא מהני, אילו מהעיר נידונים כ10 בטלנים. So I'm saying, it doesn't mean they have to go from work all day. They just have to be people that get to shul. You have a set minyan in the shul of people from the town. Is it business me?
That's how it
Could be. Maybe you have to understand. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen. I explain Rashi like the Ran.
תודה מלא שמיה ורעה ברועמם. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה חיים ושבע ישועה ונחמה ושזבה ורפואה וכלל סליחה וכפרה. כל עמו ישראל ברועמם. יעשה שלום ונרוממו ברחמה ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ברועמם.
Try to understand that only for it's not using the Megillah. We're just not doing it the Tzibur. The Tzibur, Adif